Hi cuties, the blue lights are on. We're doing something with the computer today. I saw a Clockwork reader doing this and I thought it was really fun. So I'm a copycat and I'm gonna do it too. We are gonna go to tiermaker.com and we're gonna rank all of the book series and duologies that I have read or have started reading. The rules of this game basically are that I have had to at least start the series or duology. So I have put in a bunch. I have left out a few because it's a lot. I have quite a few in this, as you can already see. There's a lot. So we have 6 different ones. I have redone the ranking that Clockwork Reader did. Other people did. They did things like God tier and stuff. I've changed it because I don't think I have that big of a variety in my opinions for these books, but we have at the very top the almighty row. These are the series that will live on forever and I love them so much. This one just below that is abso-freaking-love. They're not quite almighty, but they're dang good. Then we have, I like this one. It's good. I like it. It's probably got right around a 3.5 to 4 star rating and it gets to stay. Speaking of staying, the next level is You Can Stay. It might not be an absolutely life-changing novel, but it was one that I at least enjoyed a lot enough, especially to just keep it and keep the books themselves. Blue is going to be meh. It was a meh read, not anything special. And then the final one is Away With You. And these ones are ones I never ever want to see in my life ever again. Cool, let's get started. As you can see, I've got a bunch of them here. We're gonna start with A Blade So Black by L.L. McKinney. I just read this. This one I'm gonna immediately put in meh. It was okay, it wasn't great, it didn't make me hate it, but I didn't love it. Then we have A Princess in Theory by Alyssa Cole. This one I'm going to put in... I think I'll put it in You Can Stay. It's fun. It's not my normal type, but I did enjoy it enough that I want to continue the series. So this one can stay for now. Then we've got A Caught a Witch by Nnedi Okorafor. I'm gonna put this one in. I like this one. I really like the first book. The second book wasn't as great, but still good enough that I'm gonna keep it on my shelves for a good long time. Asylum. This one's by Madeleine Roux. And this one also is a meh for me. It was okay. I read 3 books from it and I read a prequel for it as well, but I didn't really care for it that much. It missed out on what I wanted it to be. Next up, we have The Bells. This is The Bells by Dhonielle Clayton, and this is going way high up in abso-freaking-love. I did not expect to love this one as much as I did, but I love it a lot. I really want us to have a 3rd book. So bad. Check this book out, guys, if you haven't. I was hesitant because of the cover. It's pretty girl in pretty dress, and I'm not really for that, but this one worked. It worked a lot. And we have Binti, also by Nnedi Okorafor. I'm also gonna put Binti in abso-freaking-love. It was so good. It's little novellas. They're very fast to read, but I enjoyed it a heck of a lot. Then we've got A Date with Darcy, which is the first book in Bookish Boyfriends by, I forgot the author's name, Tiffany Schmidt, I want to say, but I might be wrong. This one I really, really liked as well. And I might put it also in abso-freaking-love because it was really cute. I haven't read the sequel yet because my library didn't have it on audiobook yet, but I hope to read it soon. I'm sure I will love it. It's a retelling of Pride and Prejudice, also with some Romeo and Juliet thrown in there, and then the sequel's gonna deal with Little Women and possibly another mixture, but definitely Little Women is featured. Carry on, Rainbow Row gets to go in the almighty row. I love Carry On so much, which is really funny because I've never read Fangirl, but I understand that Carry On is a Harry Potter satire. It's the Harry Potter we should have been given. And I absolutely freaking love it. I put it in the almighty row, even though I just said abso-freaking-love it. It's so good. It's one that I read over and over when I was reading it. I kept going back to certain chapters. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I just finished reading Wayward Son, and I also freaking love that one. So, and we might get a 3rd. This is not over yet, because it's not over yet. Next up, we've got Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. I don't know yet. I don't know if it's quite almighty. I'm gonna put it at abso-freaking-love. I do really, really love this series though. Is it almighty though? I haven't become so obsessed with it that to the level that I've done like things like Carry On. So I'm gonna put it in abso-freaking-love for now. Then we've got Crazy Rich Asians. I'm sad to say this is in the meh pile. It did not live up to the expectations that it was given. I definitely loved the movie a heck of a lot, but it was disappointing as a book. I read all 3 and they were just disappointing. They were supposed to be satire, but it didn't come across as satire. Then we have the Curse Workers, which is the first one is White Cat by Holly Black. I also thought this one was meh. It was okay. I didn't really hate it, but I didn't like it very much either. Then we have The Descendants. This is The Isle of the Lost. It's the first book in Descendants. This also gets to go in meh. It was supposed to tie in with the movies and it really didn't. Like, it specifically tells you to go watch the movie to see what happens next. And these books are supposed to feature what happens in between. And it doesn't match up at all. And it really made me mad about that. Divergent by Veronica Roth. Divergent. Here's the thing. I liked the first book of Divergent, because, you know, it was all in the hype of Hunger Games and stuff, and even though it's very similar and it didn't quite hit it as hard as Hunger Games did, I still enjoyed it. So I don't want to say it's fully meh, because I definitely did like the first book, so I'll say it can stay, even though I don't have my copies anymore. So it's gonna go in You Can Stay. You've got The Diviners by Libba Bryant. Wha-bam! Goes in the almighty row. This is such a good series, guys. If you have not read The Diviners, do yourself a favor and go listen to the audiobooks. They're amazing. They're just so good. I love Sam Lloyd more than anything, I think, at this point. Then we have Enclave by Anna Guire. This one is away with you. No. No, no, no. Nope, 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 nope. It was gonna be meh, and then the ending made it a big fat no. I did not like the idea of making the rapist a love interest. No thank you. Geekerella! I'm going to put Geekerella probably and I like this one. Because I do like this one. I have not read The Princess and the Fangirl yet. I hopefully will be reading it in May. If this is already May, I'm not sure when this video is coming out. Hopefully we'll be reading the sequel in May for all of my retellings month, but I like this one a lot. I don't know if I absolutely freaking love it. I did really like it, but I'm gonna put it as I like this one for now. That might change in the future. Then we have Grace and Fury by Tracy Banghart. This one is going to, I'm gonna put it at You Can Stay. I didn't fully enjoy it. I thought it was kind of predictable and nothing really new, but I liked it enough that I do want to read the sequel. So at that point, it can stay. Then we have Graceling by Kristen Cashore. As a full series, I'm gonna put it as abso-freaking-love. I'm not gonna give it the full almighty because I didn't enjoy Bitter Blue as much as I enjoyed Fire and Graceling. And Fire took me a bit to get into, but I'm gonna leave it there for now. Then we have The Graces by Laura Eve. That's immediately gonna go in the almighty row. I love The Graces so very much. I think we might be getting a third for this as well. It's a duology right now, but the author has posted to Instagram hints that something may be coming for The Graces. I'm excited. It's very The Craft and kind of the aesthetic that I wished I'd lived through in high school. That's what The Graces does for me. It's time for Harry Potter. Controversial, I know. Harry Potter, I loved it. It changed my world. It infected me with a love of, well, Harry Potter and of reading and stuff. But the way that it has transformed and the things that JK has done have taken it way down. Long ago, this would have been the almighty row, and it's still, it might end up somewhere down here, but I'm trying really hard to separate author from content, and that's very difficult for me to do because I don't want to support an author who has very twisted, horrible views that I highly disagree with. It's why I don't like a lot of certain authors. Once you have done something pretty bad and refuse to even apologize and atone for that, like you lose the chances and then I just don't have to consume your media anymore. With Harry Potter, it had such a major influence on me. I'm still a proud Slytherin, and it has grown so much away from the author that it's kind of gotten its own agency at this point. Like, no matter what JK says about it and reveals new information, none of us have to listen to it anymore. It's ours now. We took over. I can kind of separate her from this now, and with all new headcanons and stuff, so this can stay. It can stay for now. Moving on, we've got The Hazelwood by Melissa Albert. Hazelwood is definitely going up to abso-freaking-love, which is interesting because a lot of people either were having mixed feelings about it. I love it a lot. I'm excited to read The Night Country. I have it on my shelf behind me over, oh, you can't really see, but it's there. Hex Hall. Hex Hall is going in I like this one. I did not expect to like this one, which is why it gets to live here. I haven't read any of the other books in the series, but it's very fast. And also, this is by Rachel Hawkins. I shouldn't have doubted Rachel Hawkins because I love her writing. So I like this one a lot. We're gonna hopefully read the next. We've got Douglas Adams, Hitchhiker's Guide. That gets the almighty row. Hitchhiker's Guide is one of the biggest influences on my personality, for one, and on my reading and writing styles. I really love it. I just love his writing so much. But Hitchhiker's Guide was one of the first books that got me into reading as a teenager, or as a preteen, I guess, but because I read it in like 7th or 8th grade, and definitely loved that heck of a lot. Hunger Games. Hunger Games also, I'm gonna put it in almighty row because Hunger Games was very influential. I still really enjoy it. I'm not talking about the movies, I'm talking about the books. I'm very excited for the new prequel book coming out. I've already pre-ordered it. And if you guys remember the books, like, go read them again if you're kind of shaky on it or if the movie has influenced you too much. The books are so much better than the movies. So much better, miles better, and it says so much more. It has such more poise to it, and that's why it goes in the almighty row. Oh look, who I don't know who's joining Hunger Games in the almighty row. It's Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I absolutely loved this. This was kind of a mixed media book, and I didn't expect to love it as much as I did, but I'm absolutely obsessed with it. I will recommend it to the end of days. I already have my dad. I'm trying to get my dad to read it because he likes sci-fi, but he's not into YA, and I'm like, if you're gonna like a YA sci-fi, it's gonna be this one. Next up, we've got Inkheart, and Inkheart is gonna be in meh. I don't hate Inkheart. I really hated the third book though. First book is what's really saving this from being in the away with you pile. It wasn't good. It wasn't very good. It was very long and stretched out in a way that it shouldn't have been, and I really didn't like the third book at all. We've got the Iron Face series by Julie Kagawa. This one is going to be in I like this one. Again, this was a surprise. I didn't expect to like this. I thought this was going to be very tropey and very paranormal romance tropey, and granted, it has those tropes, but in a good way. So, and I love my boy Puck. The Secret Diary of Lizzie Bennet by Kate Rorick and Bernie Sue. This one it's kind of a series that has a companion, so I counted it. It's based off of the Lizzie Bennet Diaries on YouTube, which came out in like 2012, 2013. It was definitely when I was living in Fukui when it came out, and I absolutely love the web series. This is kind of a little secret look into that whole series in a book form, and then you have the of Lydia, which is the something adventures, the new adventures of Lydia Bennet, and I really liked that. I kind of wish there had been a web series for that as well. So I am gonna put this in I like this one. I don't know if it's one that I really went back and read a lot. It's definitely I go back and watch it a lot, but I'm gonna keep it at I like this one. We've got Legend by Marie Lu, and this one, it may be a little controversial because a lot of people super love this, and I did love it. However, I only am gonna put this in I like this one. I'm not gonna put it in abso-freaking-love because I have another Marie Lu series in here that is gonna earn this title more so than Legend Trilogy. I do really like the Legend Trilogy. I haven't read Rebel yet. Don't come for me. I want to read it. we'll see. We've got Lemony Snicket, Lemony Snicket. Actually, Lemony Snicket's gonna go in the almighty. Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events is definitely one that is a major influence on my personality, and I've read the entire series many times over, and it just never gets old, and I love it. So it's gonna stay in the almighty row. Then we have Lockwood & Co., which Jonathan Stroud, I wanna say, is the author. Gosh, I'm doing all these by memory, so bear with me. I'm going to put this one in You Can Stay. I've read the first 3. There are 2 more because my Libby app didn't have the second 2 as audiobook. It might now, actually, but I enjoyed it enough to want to continue the series. It's not a priority to continue, though. It's one that if I never read it, is okay. The last book really frustrated me with the characters, but it's supposed to, and I didn't really care for the second one that much either, but it's still a fun series. It's very middle grade, and not in a bad way, but it can stay. We have The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer trilogy by Michelle Hodkin. I'm going to put this one in. I like this one. I liked it a lot. I liked it a lot more than I thought I would when I was reading it in January. And I'm going to start the Noah Shaw trilogy as well for this. And yeah, I surprisingly liked it. It's kind of like, I like this one, is my surprises I didn't think I was going to love, and I did. Matched, however, is Away With You. This is by Ali Condi, and I really hated this book. I really didn't like it. No thank you. It was so bland and went nowhere and was so long. I didn't like it. Same with Maze Runner. Maze Runner Can Go Away by James Dashner. And normally this would have been like a You Can Stay before James Dashner's fall into being awful. Not really apologizing for it either. So there's also other problems with the Maze Runner. Like, you can kind of see James Dashner's writing, and to me it feels like he doesn't like women. The women are all villains, and there's no real good female characters that I can find, and I just didn't like it. I also didn't like the way that he broke up chapters. It was just too much. Didn't need to be chapters that way. He wrote scenes as chapters, and I was like, I don't like that. But that's a personal taste. But I'm throwing the Maze Runner away. We have Midnight Without a Moon by Linda Williams Jackson. This one I'm going to put at May. I had one more tier in between You Can Stay and May. It would go there, but I'm going to leave it at May because I am unhauling the book. It was good. I just didn't care for it very much. It could have been better. It's kind of my opinion on that. Mortal Instruments, Away With You. Away With You, Beast. I am not a fan of Cassandra Clare. Don't like her. And I don't understand the hype about her writing. Don't like Mortal Instruments. Don't like I don't care if it wasn't really incest. It was still incest to a point because they believed they were brother and sister for a long time. And they still went through with all that. No, thank you. What is this one? Okay, yeah, it's Magician's Nephew. So next up we have Narnia by C.S. Lewis. Narnia, I'm gonna put at You Can Stay. Narnia's good. I'm not a huge fan of the entirety of Narnia. I'm also not a huge fan of C.S. Lewis. I mean, his rivalry with Tolkien is very fun. Especially with the treatment of Susan's character, I was not a fan of. So it can stay for now, but there you go. We've got Miss Peregrine by Ransom Riggs. I'm gonna put this as I like this one. It's not one that I'm super into, but I do like it a lot. I have not started the new trilogy yet, but when reading this, I remember liking it a lot. I think by the 3rd book, though, I got kind of confused by it, so yeah. Princess Diaries by Meg Cabot. Unfortunately, this one can go away. I read the first 3. Oh no, I read the first 4. I don't like it. I love the movie. This is very different, and I don't like it. I just don't. I think her relationship with Michael is super creepy and super kind of pedo-y because he is a senior when she is a freshman, and they continue dating. And I know that in the end, in the book series, he like becomes her king, and I'm just like, I get the little like middle grade schoolgirl fantasy of this, but as an adult, I cannot support it. I'm putting it away. putting that one away. If we want to have some real good royalty, rich or poor, you know, a rags to riches story, we're gonna go with Prince Charming, Rachel Hawkins. This is the Royals duology. I also read Her Royal Highness. I am gonna put this in abso-freaking-love it. I loved it a lot. I thought it was super fun. And I really hope we get more. I really need Seb to have his own story. Can Seb have his story, please, please? Then we've got Ruby Red by Kirsten Guire. And this one's also gonna go away. I didn't really like this one much. It might also fit into the meh group, but I'm gonna put it away with you. I did not like the whole romantic side of it. I did not like the treatment of women in this and the opinion of women in this. I don't think it worked very well. I didn't like the time travel lore. It didn't make any sense. Along with that, we're putting the Scorpion Rules by Erin Bow in Away With You. I really didn't like this very much. I thought the first book was better than the second one, but nope. Nope. No. Sea Witch by Sarah Henning. We're gonna put this at, I like this one. I was surprised to like this one as well. I have not read Sea Witch Rising yet. I do want to read it, but I haven't yet. So there's that. But I liked it a lot. I liked it more. I liked the twist at the end. I thought that was very good. I'm curious to see how we continue forward. I'm gonna put the selection in the almighty row. Selection by Kiera Cass. I love the selection. I don't care. People will say it's my guilty pleasure, but I'm not really guilty about it. I just thoroughly enjoyed the selection. I haven't read it in a while, granted, but it's still one of those series that I think about, and I enjoyed it a lot. So come for me if you want about my tastes, but I'm not changing it about that. And then I have Serpent and Dove by Shelby Mccarran. I'm gonna put this in absolutely freaking love. We haven't gotten the next one. If the next one continues my love, it will probably move up to the almighty row, but it doesn't come out till September. So right now, I absolutely freaking love it. It might move up on that list because I thought it was really, really good. We've got Shadow and Bone, the Grisha Trilogy by Leigh Bardugo. I'm gonna put this at, I like this one. I did like it. It was Leigh Bardugo's first books, and it's kind of evident that it is. It doesn't live up to the other books that I have read of hers, so it goes in, I like this one. Speaking of Leigh Bardugo, though, we've got Six of Crows right here. That one goes to the almighty row. That duology is amazing. I could also put King of Scars in here, but I don't know when King of Scars is going to get a sequel, so I kept it kind of out. But King of Scars would probably go in abso-freaking-love if I were tier ranking them like that. A School for Unusual Girls. Also get to be the almighty row. I love the Strange House series. This is by Kathleen Baldwin. It's a series that I can reread a lot. That's what kind of constitutes the almighty row, is rereadability. And all of these I have reread and or gone back to at least certain scenes. The second book, Exile for Dreamers, is the one that I go back to the most. I did just finish reading Harbor for the Nightingale and loved it as well. So this remains on the almighty row. Next up we have The Haunting of Sunshine Girl by Paige Mackenzie. This is gonna go to meh. If I actually had kept it, it would have been in You Can Stay, but I haven't kept it. It's one that was written by a YouTuber who used to make these kind of fake ghost videos. She has a full weird channel now that's gotten kind of out of control. So I don't really follow her that much anymore. I did like the series. I was kind of disappointed at how little it was similar to the YouTube series, because I thought she was making kind of novelizations so that it was easier to follow, because her YouTube videos are all over the place with the storyline. I thought this would give it a little bit more. It didn't include a lot of the big plot points, especially with Nolan, who was my favorite character of the series that they created. It's just complicated. So it goes in meh. Some people really love it. I think while I read it, it was good, but because it didn't match up as to what it was supposed to be, I'm putting it in meh. Next up, we have The Vampire Wants a Wife by Andy M. Long. This is the supernatural dating agency, and it can go away. It was not good. I think the first and the third book were probably the best out of it, but they were like heavily unedited. They're very short. They're I think they're kind of rapid release books, and they, oh, it hurt me. It pulled a Renesmee, is what it did. And that's a solid nope. Next up we have Moon Chosen, which is the first book in Tales of a New World by PC Cast. I've read all 3 that are out right now, and I abso-freaking love them. Surprisingly, I did not expect to love it so much, but I do. I'm still thinking about it. I'm still imagining scenes from it. I'm going back into the books and finding a few things because the books have pictures in them now, and I didn't know that, so there. We've got the testing, and I have completely forgotten who wrote the testing. It's been a while since I looked at it. I'm gonna go ahead and put it away with you because I did away with it. It was very bland, and I didn't care for it. It was really trying hard to be other things, and it didn't hit it. We have the programming by Suzanne Young. I'm gonna put this as You Can Stay, because I'm not like in love with this series. I haven't finished it entirely. I've done 4 books, and they were good. They're very meaningful in dealing with things like depression and with the whole theme about it, but it's okay. It's not meh. It's definitely better than meh, but I don't know if I would put it in the same category as the ones up here. The Thief by Megan Whalen Turner is gonna go in meh. I didn't keep it as well. I only read it as an audiobook, and I didn't really like it very much. I thought it was also kind of meh. That's why it's going in meh. Three Dark Crowns, the Three Dark Crowns, not trilogy, there's like 5 books in it, series by Kendara Blake. I'm putting this as abso-freaking-love. I love this one a lot. It does take a bit to get into it, though, I will tell you that. A lot of people give up in the first book because there's a lot of world building that happens, but then it just really, really takes off as you go further into it. Oh, look, it's Twilight. I don't think we really have to talk much about Twilight, but I did read the whole series. Vampire Academy by Rochelle Mead is actually gonna go in abso-freaking-love. It's another, this one I will admit is a guilty pleasure. I am guilty about loving this because there are problematic themes in this, but I liked it enough to keep it for so long. And yeah, I love this series a lot. I'm keeping it. We have The Vault of Dreamers by something O'Brien. Corey O'Brien? No, Kara M. O'Brien. I think that's the right one. I could be wrong. I'm gonna put this in meh. It was good. I actually think I rated it pretty high, but after letting it kind of sit in my brain and on my shelves, it's not one that I would go back to, but I thought it was decent. Same with the Vladimir Todd series. I've also forgotten who wrote this one. Yikes. But this one is gonna go in meh. It's cute, it's fast, it's not very well done, I think, but it's okay. Wildwood as well, I'm gonna put in meh by Colin Malloy. I didn't really care for it, but the audiobook just wasn't very good and really made me not like it very much, so it sits there. We have Winter Song by S.J. Jones. Is gonna be an abso-freaking-love. It's my Goblin King. I really, really enjoyed this duology. It was very fun. It gives you all the good Labyrinth vibes while also really being its own story because it's actually a retelling of Der Erlkornig. I can't pronounce it. I'm just gonna stop. It's based off of an actual myth, which is Labyrinth is also kind of based off of. So they have the connection, but it's very much its own story. The Wrath and the Dawn by Renee Adje. I'm gonna put this as I like this one. I thought it was very good. It's a retelling of 1001 Arabian Nights, and it does it well. It does it well in a way that because of the story of 1001 Arabian Nights, if you don't know, the Sultan is killing women, basically killing all his wives all the time, and it's like, okay, what's your excuse? And in this one, it's not like he's magically like, oh, I was doing this for a really good reason. He feels bad about this, and he does have an actual kind of redemption story that works. That's why I like this one. It's a deserved redemption. Then we have The Young Elites, and this one gets to go into abso-freaking-love just at the end of the line here. Young Elites by Marie Lu. This is the one that I liked more than the Legends trilogy. Young Elites is one that I really want more to happen from it. It was so good. Guys, go check it out. It looks like, I don't think the cover does it justice. I think it needs a rebrand on its cover, but it is very good and thoroughly enjoy. There you go. I have ranked them. I am surprised, actually. I didn't know how many I would have, especially in the Away With You and in the Almighty row. I didn't really think much, but definitely have a lot of abso-freaking-loves, and I really like this. This is great. Super fun. So if you want to make your own, tiermaker.com. I did have to like download every single picture and then import it into this, so it was a bit of a thing to make, but if you're bored and you got time, you can do this. I'm probably going to do another version of this with just my 5-star books in the future. Let me know if you want to see that. But these are how I rank the series that I've read. Obviously, this is not every book I've ever read and not every series. I've started a bunch of different ones as well. So here we go. Hope you guys like this. It was just kind of fun to sit and do. Let me know your opinions on some of the books that I have sorted. Put those in the comments below or on Facebook, Tumblr, and Twitter. If you guys like the content I'm putting out, please go check out my Ko-fi page. You can donate me a hot chocolate to keep me fueled during all of this nonsense that we're experiencing in the world. Cool. I also have commissions open if you want me to do certain things for you, but put those down there or on Ko-fi, and I will see you next time, cuties. Bye!